Sigma. It's the brothers chatter.
Have you seen the trend on TikTok where people are posting, like, it's a sad song in the background and they're posting their first picture with their dog and their last picture with their dog?
Yeah.
I'm like, why the would people do that? Well, then I went and found the first picture and the last picture.
I haven't seen that trend. I've seen people do the ones like from whenever like their dog's getting ready to put it down.
When was it, September? Yeah. Denver's last picture. That was like minutes before he was laid down.
Looks like
I don't want to laugh, but
He looks like he's
it
already
looks like
dead.
Joe Biden.
I know. And it's, you know what's crazy? I found the very first, because we got him when we lived in James Fraser, and it was the first picture ever taken was not when we first got him because it was summer, but it was that following winter we had a big blizzard. That was the first
That's the very first picture.
picture of Denver.
Yeah, that's a strong snow. That would have been 09.
Probably either 08 or 09.
I think I was in high school when that one hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember getting a real bad one.
Me and little Caleb in Denver walking through the street of James Fraser.
You see, you can't even tell where you're at based off because of all the snow.
Yeah.
Like I would have never
We
guessed that
ran
was
that
James
place.
Fraser. Makes it look like a nice place.
Either that one or this. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. James Fraser wasn't that bad to live at. Like I didn't
Back
hate
then.
it. Yeah, back then I didn't
Yeah.
hate it.
Now.
I have to do deliveries there.
It's a
Yeah,
little
I deliver there all the time. This was one of the other first pictures of Denver.
Why does Caleb look so gay?
He does look pretty good.
Oh, you can't tell me he don't look sweet.
Man, he's a cute kid.
He was a cute kid. I don't know what happened to him.
He's still kind of
He
cute.
got curling irons and blow dryers.
Right. He almost broke my vacuum.
On purpose? What was he doing?
He was mad because something got like he the bunny's big bag of bedding or the box, he like accidentally dumped it, so he was vacuuming it up and got it plugged up, and then he got mad and slammed it against the ground. I said, if you break my vacuum, you're gonna replace it. I don't care.
Your son has an anger problem. I wonder where he gets that from.
Yeah, who knows?
Actually, he gets that from Ashley, not from me. But no, he does. He actually takes medicine, but it was more for anxiety than anything. But anxiety makes him angry. All right, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
It's too sweet.
I like them. I only keep it there for like half hour, 45 minutes. Just sit right there. Throw it away. Yeah, and there's not extra 5 cans, $15.
I like that he just had that in his mouth and still sipping.
No, like it's too sweet, and it's got like a like an artificial sweetener taste to it.
Yeah, I like it. They remind me of those Camel
You would,
Slush I used
Mikey,
to-
because you drink butter coffee.
I don't drink butter coffee anymore. I just drink
but
straight black
you
coffee.
You did that.
Like a man. Yeah.
You can't go from drinking butter coffee to black and then saying, I'm a man. No,
Why
you're not a
can't I?
man.
I was trying something different.
Because
I'm
you
sorry
drank
if I want to improve my health.
butter coffee. Did it improve your health?
Actually, it did.
I don't think
It
it
doesn't
did.
look like it.
What does that mean?
You still got a belly.
I can't do anything about that, but
You got that old man belly.
You
dude.
got to burn more calories than you take in.
that's what I'm doing.
Sam, you don't look any different.
Oh, come on.
It actually looks like Caleb's arm.
No, Caleb.
Caleb's looking big.
Caleb is actually looking big.
So thank you.
He's still got.
You're
his,
not.
He's still got his tummy, but no, his arms are looking big.
You're
I
full of
think
shit.
you should buy tighter shirts
I
because
do have another polo.
That's
It makes
not
me look
doing
like
anything.
Ray.
Oh God, no.
Sam, I don't
Ray
see
looked
it.
10 times better than
I
you.
mean, I'm not saying I'm huge, but I'm noticing a difference. I feel good when I look in the mirror, and I'm not going to let either one of you
I feel
tear
good
me
too, and I
You
have a
down.
also
huge
said
gut.
that when you were wearing a ponytail, so I mean,
I didn't say that when I had a
I have a
ponytail.
huge
I'm sure you
gut,
felt that
and
way.
I still look in the mirror and say, "Good for me." Don't care because I don't have to go to the gym and work out and
I do
care
care.
about my calories. I'll
And-
die at 45 and be happy.
Listen, I'm not going to body shame you, lib.
I'm a lib, but you're taking pouches for energy.
Or
You-
Joe Rogan.
You're wearing those glasses that I feel like you bought off of a liberal TikTok shop.
Timu, thank you.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah,
You
shut up.
instead of taking
Shut up.
pre-workout, you're using pouches.
You know
Again,
what? Pre-workout's
that's liberal.
gay. You probably like blue raspberry or something.
What's wrong with blue raspberry?
Exactly.
I like blue raspberry.
Gay.
I don't know what mine was. I think mine was. I had a couple.
I like Rocket Pop.
I do like some of these glasses. These ones are like the.
I get it.
Well, hey, watch buying stuff on Temu now because that was
so you trying to say
that was a
you're-
credible threat. By the way, like people are actually able to get your shit now. Apparently,
Are
Or
you trying to
TikTok
say
shop,
that
though.
you feel both female and male? 'Cause, according to Trump, you can't do that anymore.
That
I
is
can
fact.
feel however I want to feel. I don't have to identify. I'm starting to wonder about this hair, though.
I'm afraid to do. I have to right now, but I'm afraid
I
to
was
because
too,
He's gonna shit himself.
yeah, I don't know which one it is, so I'd
I
rather.
was
not.
too, but I risked it. I said,
I mean, we just go on tangents and spread misinformation.
listen, we
I
can
have been
watch.
seeing some pretty good stuff on Twitter.
I
We're
mean,
not, like,
I don't want to
bouncing from
do
one to another.
politics.
I don't wanna do
every
politics
time,
every
although
week
it is
either.
fun.
It is like the thing
It
to
is
do right now.
fun
Yeah.
making fun of them.
That was
Right now,
that,
but
video, that TikTok, which wasn't even that good of a video. I just was posting something.
Well, I did notice that the news gets my blood pressure high because I noticed.
Same when I watch CNN.
Well, I was watching, or I
Fox
was
doesn't get it going.
reading Twitter this morning and going through all the different stuff that they've found in the books with all the agencies, and then
That's been
looking
out though.
through it's new stuff that just came out like
Oh.
this morning.
I was seeing like the condoms and
More and more, and then when I get to the doctor's office, my blood pressure is elevated.
So
So
that's why I had to get away from the news. Like it's like you want to be informed, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
I just don't think a
It
lot of
doesn't change
people
anything.
realize like it's basically like a asteroid just hit this Earth, and this is not the United States is about to be not the same United States that
But
we've known our entire lives.
can we agree? Because somebody, I'm not going to throw their name out of fear of them getting yelled at by a friend, but somebody made a good point. Like if Joe Biden was doing this right now, same thing Trump. If Joe Biden brought on Elon Musk and all this, Democrats would be thrilled. They'd be like, "Fuck yeah, this
Yeah.
makes sense."
Yeah.
But because it's Trump, they just can't get over that fact. Like the DEI stuff.
Yeah.
I get people are pissed about it, but when you
Yeah.
look at it, like 43% was white women getting hired.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them are not qualified to do that job
Underqualified,
because you
that's
have
the
to
number
like.
one.
Well,
There's-
all the ones that are sitting there saying, "I don't know why I'm getting fired. You know, I'm qualified for this and I'm qualified for that." But then, whenever it comes time to you're getting your job based off of merit, why are you getting fired
Yeah.
if you're so qualified?
My favorite one. There's been a lot of TikToks people saying I lost my job, and then but it's like a parody one. My
Yeah.
favorite one was I lost my job today. I was the senior vice president of strategies of the effects of ventriloquism on like chameleons in Western Uganda or something like that.
Well, that's because then the other one you still because I don't think this was DEI, but the lady flying the Black Hawk had under 500 hours of training time, which
Yeah.
you got to train. I get that. Like,
Mhm.
Charlie Kirk made a good point. He said, "Why the fuck are we training by a busy airport in a fucking big city? Why are we not training them
Yeah.
in fucking Royal
When-
Pennsylvania or
I'd
They
want
were
to know
told
what's the norm.
And they were told multiple times, "You're
Yeah.
not to be in that area."
Well, she was flying too high. Like she was 100 because you're not supposed to be above 200 feet.
Well,
And she was 300, and like they kept saying like, and then like it comes out, which like this is where I don't know if I believe what you see or like because sometimes it is made out to like be worse. But like apparently she was a huge Trump hater, so like people are leaning towards like was she doing this on purpose?
Yeah.
But then her social medias all got deleted, which I'm assuming the family probably did because you don't want your daughter to be remembered as the person who tried to, get Trump in trouble for something.
Yeah.
True.
But you're just like looking, it's like we've had plane crashes forever.
Mhm.
I mean, every day
It's
there's
just
plane crashes.
All of a sudden.
But now because of him doing that with the FAA and all that,
It was
now
definitely
it's being
coincidence.
put out on social media because now it's something to make him look bad.
Yep.
When in reality, we probably had about fucking. I think when Asmongold looked it up, there is an average 300 and some plane crashes a year of just like the
Yeah.
smaller jets and stuff, not commercial. So he's like, that's pretty much like 1 point something a day would it
Right.
equaled out to be. So he's
Yeah,
like,
that's a higher number than I thought it
yeah.
was.
So he's like,
Yeah, well,
but like some of them
the
are like
thing
the
is,
gliders and like,
most
okay.
most planes that are up in the sky are commercial planes, and that percentage of commercial planes is very, very, very low.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's so
well, like
scary.
the jet that got hit was still a commercial plane. It just, wasn't.
like
It wasn't.
a big one.
It wasn't the 1,000 pound or whatever they get up to.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's time to just think positively.
Oh
No.
yeah. No, I mean,
I'm the next 4 years I'm going to be a dick because the way they wanted to act when Biden won and then now how they want to act, like, you know
Yeah.
what? I shut my mouth for 4 years.
I will say,
I wanted to root for Biden because he was our fucking president. So I was like, I want him to do good. And I wasn't on social media fucking crying and fucking taking mental health days. So I think it's time some people just nut the
Well,
fuck
have
out.
you seen the one campaign advisor that was just on the Sean Ryan show? Lindy Lee. She came out like she's like, just give me the credit, but I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this and all that. And she was saying the last like 2 years, Biden was not running the country.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
everybody
it
knows
was
that.
his advisors and Joe Biden running the country. And then she started naming all these people, and she's like, I'm gonna
I
get
will say
so much trouble.
it's not all, but there have been some Democrats that I have seen like are trying to like stay out of the whole.
Yeah,
fuck
they
Trump.
are.
I have seen like they're like, we don't agree with anything,
You
but
know-
we're
you know
trying to
who-
make a what is that, a peaceful transition to power.
All these Democrats like Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, I hate that bitch so much. What's the one, the old black lady?
Maxine Waters.
Yeah, I hate her too. And you seen them all out there chanting and they're trying to get people to riot. It's a distraction because they're
he's
fucked.
looking in that. What is that? Is it USAID or USAID?
It's USAID because it's USA International Development.
Okay.
But you know what's funny? You know there's one Democrat that you haven't heard shit from and she's hiding. Where has she been?
What, Kamala?
No.
Hillary.
Nancy. Where the fuck is Nancy Pelosi?
She just got out of the hospital. She fell. She was walking with a cane.
Plus, I mean, she just got pretty much pardoned, so I think she's just going to keep her fucking
Yeah,
mouth
she's
shut.
gonna keep.
She's one that got pardoned?
I mean, I'm assuming
she
she
probably
was on
did.
the chopping block for stuff.
Oh.
So I'm assuming she's just keeping her mouth shut so her shit
I don't
doesn't
know
get
about
aired.
that. I was just wondering why, like, we haven't seen.
I think
It's
she's.
been all AOC, Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, Maxine Waters, and then who's the fucking ghetto bitch? I don't know her. The young black woman that's I call her the ghetto bitch because I don't know her name. She needs to get the fuck. She
The
needs
thing
to
about
kick
AOC
rocks.
that bothers me, she's kind of hot.
She is hot, and I mean, I'm just saying she can.
She's one of
open
those
her
like
mouth.
I would, yeah, I'd probably gag her.
Yeah,
I
gag
used,
her.
I used to like Bernie Sanders back in the day until now
I've
he's starting
never really
his
liked
fucking.
him. I've always wondered.
Well, because he's always been like he was independent as fuck
Yeah.
before. Like, yeah, he's had a lot of Democratic views, but like when he ran the last time, I liked what he was doing. Like he was
Yeah.
like, you're still gonna have this like of how our country is right now, but like he would do better with at least other shit.
Yeah,
I've always kind of liked him. I didn't think he'd be a great president
No.
because he doesn't have balls to do some stuff.
I'm with you on that.
But like now, I'm starting to see this stuff coming out. I'm like,
Especially,
dude, why are you acting like a fucking douche?
He reminds me of like a
Especially-
Richard Nixon type.
especially during the RFK
Yeah.
interviews and
Yeah.
stuff, and him
Brandon-
going at him, and then it came out that Bernie, out of 200 million, Bernie did take like 1.5 million of that
Yeah.
money.
Bernie Sanders looks like the guy who could do a perfect Richard Nixon impression. Like, I'm not a crook.
Yeah, well, with a weird New York accent.
I'm not a
Yeah,
big
he's
fan of
not.
RFK either. I think he's like the more like useless.
Don't
fucking candidate,
really?
but
Don't
Really?
believe everything
I'm
you
not
hear
believing.
from
I've done
the
my
Kennedy
I've done
family.
my research,
Okay,
Daniel.
because
I don't think he's that great.
those Kennedys that don't support him,
No,
they're
he-
just as bad as the other fucking
He is
Dems
he
right now.
is not like them at all, and that's why I gave him a chance. Do I think he's that great though? I think he's one of
that's-
the weaker ones put on a board for something.
Well, and that's why I think, because even Trump said during his campaign, I think he's going to keep a leash on RFK.
Yeah, because he is kind of out there with shit.
Oh,
Like,
he
he's
definitely
nuts.
is out
He's
there.
fucking nuts.
Like he said, don't touch
The one
the
I
liquid
know,
gold.
the one I know, Joe Rogan keeps talking about his book about like the real Anthony Fauci.
Yeah, that book
I
is
wanna,
apparently amazing.
apparently it's like dark as shit. I want to read it.
I have it
that
downloaded
is
on
one
Ashley's
book that I
Kindle.
actually considered like reading.
We should read it together.
No,
Cool.
I'm not.
You want to have a book
I'm
club?
not.
I'll do
yeah,
it.
let's do a book club. Come on, buddy.
No, I'll just read it at work where
He's going to read the summary.
I'm gonna watch the video on it.
No, I downloaded it to Ashley's Kindle. It's actually free for the Kindle. So,
Really? I'll check it out.
yeah, I got to.
No, I did see like it apparently spews a lot of shit.
He's got a lot of books that are apparently pretty good and reveals
It's
a
just
lot.
the problem is he's so like out there with stuff though, because like sometimes you're like, is he just spinning this in a way that seems factual and like there's no facts, or like that's my problem.
Well,
with
he
him.
didn't write it by himself. He wrote it with a team of
I
like
know, yeah, but he still
scientists
was like
and researchers and stuff.
behind.
Yeah,
But I also like what he's gonna do with health stuff because like I'm not blaming the food we get in America on me being fat, but they don't make it easy when we get what we get.
he did
It's
make a good
addictive,
point
yeah.
about like the dyes and stuff,
Yeah.
like Red 40. Like before they started putting Red 40 and everything,
Yeah,
like you didn't have ADHD problems, you
Yeah.
didn't have
Yeah.
autism.
Now
and
it
mental
feels
health
like
problems.
every kid has ADHD and autism rates are, and I definitely
Because
think
of,
has what we put in our
Well, good for C4. They didn't.
Well, they were
so.
saying like I saw like now this is backwoods deep shit because I was trying to find a video because I watched it like
you go down rabbit holes too.
Yes, I was watching a couple months ago when like all this was getting brought up about RFK Con joining on that side, and I was trying to find a video tag yesterday when we were talking about videos because I was like, this is kind of interesting. They were doing like addicting foods and stuff like what makes it, and they said McDonald's targets young audiences by like something they put in the food. I guess like at a younger age, like 25 down.
Wasn't it in the fries?
It's like it's pretty much like most things there. Like they put something in it.
Talking about like MSG.
No, it's something. It's like 25 under. Somehow it targets people's bodies like that. So these kids get hooked on it at kids' ages, teenagers, and they get hooked on it. Because have you ever noticed you used to like love McDonald's as a younger guy?
I actually like McDonald's now more than I did when I was a kid.
Me and a couple people were talking about it because like I used to love McDonald's when I was younger.
Me too.
And then now that I've gotten older, I eat it. I'm like, this shit's kind of.
No, actually, when I was a kid, I wasn't like other than the chicken nuggets.
But see, that's the thing. When you were a kid, it probably wasn't happening.
True.
I mean, I guess. But really now that I'm an adult, like I actually like McDonald's.
Because a lot of this shit they're saying has been from like the last like 20 years or something. So like,
I just think it's
there's
funny.
Something they were saying like McDonald's does that like, and a lot of other things do this like. Things kids really love, which like you're just thinking, McDonald's kids love, Happy Meals, but there's something, a chemical or something that fucks with your brain that makes you think like it gets you addicted. So it's pretty much like giving a kid weed or Coke or something and saying, "Hey, try this, buddy," and then like you get them hooked until a certain age, and then because I was starting to think, I'm like, that is crazy because like I really stopped liking McDonald's in the last couple of years.
Yeah, the only fast food I really eat is Chick-fil-A. I mean, I can eat Chick-fil-A pretty regularly.
Yeah,
Wendy's is okay every once in a while.
But you've never been addicted. Like I felt
really like Burger King.
When I was young, dude, I would like, especially when I got my license, like I felt like hooked. Like I was like, I need McDonald's. Let me go to McDonald's.
When I used to go out with Dad all the time for work, and we would stop, I would always ask for Wendy's.
Dude, we always went to McDonald's.
Oh, I got the good shit.
I wish I could find
McDonald's good. The thing that's weird though about McDonald's, if they're targeting kids, why did they go from Happy Children's Place with Ronald and
because it's the new age stuff
and the kids play place, and now you look at all of them, and they look like depressed adults.
Well, like no,
all
but
the
like,
restaurants look like.
But look at like because back in the day, McDonald's used to do like Supremos with people and stuff.
Yeah.
But now look at the people that are getting like Cardi B, Angel Reese, like a lot of
fuck wants an Angel Reese meal, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're targeting things that kids nowadays is what they look at. I wish I could find that fucking video because they didn't just mention McDonald's. There was a couple other things in it. Like they were saying like this company, like, these places. Specifically target like younger audiences, and for some reason, once they're like kind of you develop, it starts to wear back. So like, there's something people are doing that are putting shit in that are getting kids hooked on.
Well, there's no way that Angel Reese meal can be a slam dunk because she can't even make a layup. So.
I watched some fat guy on TikTok eat it. It looked pretty disgusting.
Really? Well, let's get into a video. So
we keep doing this.
So I guess we'll do 2 videos. We
can do as many fucking videos as we want.
Well, we won't do the tariffs, but
yeah, that's kind of old news. People caved.
We won't do that
again. Can we stop saying old news? We can do videos from any time.
I know that, but what I'm saying is there was a lot of back and forth. So
and the tariffs we've already hit before, and it's just like, and people cave.
I don't care what we do.
The country's caved.
We got to stop limiting time frames because we can watch whatever we want.
I know. I'm just saying.
So, well, it is Black History Month, right?
Oh yeah.
So a video came across.
That got taken away.
No,
it didn't get
Didn't Trump take that away?
No, that's racist.
No,
shit.
He definitely wouldn't take that away.
I'm pretty sure I saw a thing. No. My dad even shared that he was taking away like Black History Month and Pride Month and all that.
No, no, he probably won't say that Easter is National Pride Day. You won't be hearing him say that.
Who said Easter's national?
Last year on Easter, I didn't announce that it was National Pride Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you keep
which is the total opposite of what Easter's all about.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Black History Month, and to celebrate Black History Month, it came across my Twitter feed this morning. There's a video circulating where prisoners are even kind of engaging in that, and I didn't quite understand the purpose of it. I guess it was almost in the lines of reparations, but like the white prisoners are trying to make up for years of a lot of discrimination and slavery and
The
whatnot.
white ones are?
Yeah, the white prisoners are.
Found it.
What?
Pentagon Intelligence Agency pauses events activities related to Martin Luther King Day, Black History Month. Affected events per the memo: Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Black History Month, or Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. Sorry, Black History Month, Women's History Month, Holocaust, Days of Remembrance, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, Pride, Juneteenth, Women's Equality Day, National Hispanic Heritage Month, National Disability Employment Awareness Month, and National American Indian Heritage Month.
So it's like suspended, or
But see, that's what, because when he sent that, when I saw him posting on Facebook the first time, I was like, well, it's Trump doing this across America, but it sounds like the Pentagon is doing it to themselves. Like, we're suspending
Yeah, I
this
was
for
gonna say,
ourselves.
I don't see
Now
Trump
that I'm
doing
reading that again, it says Pentagon Intelligence Agency pauses events, activities.
oh yeah, that's just for the
So, like,
Pentagon.
I
They don't
don't know,
control shit.
Because there's people, unless like they're saying we're not recognizing it now.
Well,
people
they're
still
just.
do
I
whatever.
mean, the
don't
Pentagon
know.
is just for what, the defense.
I guess.
That's not. No, they don't control shit.
All right. So anyway, so this is the video that I came across. Put it
Going
in.
crazy this year.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh God.
So these are the black prisoners with the white prisoners.
Oh,
Ski boy! Ski
oh,
Ski boy! Ski boy! Ski boy!
the white guys are like
Ski
wanting to do
I
this.
don't think they're probably wanting.
Ski boy!
No, I think they're trying to be nice. They're trying to be helpful for.
I think they're being used.
I think they're being coerced,
Yeah.
forced into it.
I just love how a phone's in there too.
Well, a lot of places have them now.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Shut the
A lot
fuck
of
up.
prisons have them now.
Get the fuck out.
So I mean, it's nice that they're kind of like making up for all the years of persecution.
I'm going
I
to
wanted
say
him
those
to
guys.
scroll to see how much porn is on his Twitter.
I
hardly ever get on.
I'm going to say those guys did not really want to do that, but they probably owed a drug debt, and
Yeah.
or they were
bitched.
somebody's bitches.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I don't care how funny they might be thinking it is. If I'm a white guy in prison, I am not going for that. Kill me,
No.
stab me,
Yeah,
whatever.
you might
Fuck
as well
me in my
kill me.
butt.
so you,
but-
I'm
I
not
would say
doing
you'll get fucked in the ass, but you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. Like, I talk my shit. I wouldn't willingly get fucked in the butt and or suck a dick in prison. I'm going to go down
Unless
You're
you're
gonna
running.
go down
swinging
fine,
and
but-
hoping to God I get put on fucking PC somewhere.
But
before
here's
I
the
die.
thing: if you don't, they're just going to shank you.
Might
I
as well
mean,
die.
hopefully I have a guard on duty that day that kind of gives a fuck. Like, he's a new hire and he's like really willing to
See,
put
I
in some
I
work.
thought based off our previous conversations, I thought he would willingly.
I was
I don't
like
know if
joking
he's, like,
somewhat,
there
but like,
for- listen, it depends on his length of stay. If it's a long time,
nah, I don't think
he's
I could.
fucking because he's horny.
No, I would honestly like. Oh, that was a bad risk. That sounded very
No,
bad.
That was really
It was
risky.
good though. It was good.
Um,
though. We're good.
I would not willingly like. If I was there for years and years, I would probably have one of the guys suck. I wouldn't be sucking dick, but I would probably fuck one of them.
But you, in order to like, you got to be like a G in that place in order to just only get.
Because
and
there's
not
like
give.
you can
That's
pay
true.
for the tranny people or like
Oh, yeah,
whatever they call it.
we don't say that.
I can say whatever the fuck
know.
I want now.
There are no
Hmm.
trannies.
Well, the fake one or whatever they're called now.
So
Did
wait,
you see the one senator? Oh,
Yeah.
what is it? Mace.
yeah, where she yelled,
She was like tranny.
I don't
care.
I don't care.
You let penises in women's locker rooms, and I'm not going for it. That's what she said. I love her.
So I'm still. So you're in like you're not going to take a dick, but you'll fuck it. How's that any different?
If I'm in, because you're not like, I mean, it's still kind of gay, but it's like,
it
gay
is
for,
not kind of
but
gay.
it's,
It's
but
gay.
it is gay for the say. So like,
You can only beat your dick for so long.
because I didn't know this. Did you know a lot of dudes actually fuck dudes in prison, and
Yeah.
then when they get out, they're straight as fuck. They're just
it's
like,
gay, gay
I'm
for
in
the
there for
stay is
10
a-
years. I'm not beating my dick for 10 years. To
Gay for the stay is a real thing, dude.
So you think you could be gay for the stay?
if you're doing
Here's the
20
thing.
years.
It's a yes or no answer.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Here's the thing.
I hope we get locked up again.
I don't know how well I would be able to take it. I have a fucking do though.
Wait a minute.
If
I have
was
really
taking that
bad
long.
gag reflexes, so I don't think I could. I'd have to take it. Like if I'm not giving it, I couldn't suck a dick.
Okay, time out.
I'm not putting.
I like how I go from like I'm going to be the one doing it, and like you guys are giving reasons of why you couldn't get it. Like
If I'm there for 20 years,
Like I said, like I would be the one doing it. Though. Like, I'd be the one fucking. And you guys are like, well,
you
like,
would get
I
fucked.
would
at
have
least
to
once,
probably. I'd
too.
have to probably do it because like I don't know how well I could take it. Tim's like, yeah, I mean, I'm like gag on it or something like. So I would have to probably.
No dick is
I'm
going in
over
my
here
mouth,
saying
I'm
I'm
just saying.
fucking.
Yeah,
I'm only
but
gonna
you
fuck
would
when we
take
get
the dick
showers,
too,
though.
because I mean, you've already got the.
No,
already got
I
it
wouldn't.
down.
I
You've already got
wouldn't.
the
I
look
wouldn't
back
take
down.
it. But like, not saying I might get raped. So like, you know, you don't know.
You got the look back
Because
down though.
I'm kind of fucked. I realize if I go to prison, I'm fucked
Wow.
because like I couldn't join up with the white dudes because they would not accept me.
That's true.
So like, especially if like you know my kid ever came to visit me in prison,
Oh
it's gonna
yeah.
be kind of like I'm gonna be dead. So like I would have to try to find a gang that like you know
Yeah.
it's kind of like unified with black
Well,
and
and
white.
you do have cushion for the pushing too, so they
Really
would like
do.
that.
So let me
I
ask
have
you
no
this:
butt.
do you think that whole prison race thing will ever kind of go away? Because I mean, it's
No.
becoming more and more
No.
common of like interracial relationships. They said like 50 years from now, we're all going to be the same freaking color anyway.
But it doesn't. But
50
like
years? No, we're not.
when you talk, because have you ever seen that Ian Bick on TikTok? He like he did federal crime. Like he went in at 18. He was talking. He has like inmates, like ex inmates and like CEOs and stuff come on his show and like talk and stuff. They just talk about where they were, what they did, how it was, seeing that happen in prison. And one of the white guys said it because he's like, I'm by no means racist. He said, you know, I had black homeboys, I fucked black girls. He's like, but when you go into prison and you're looking, he's like, it's not like what it is on the outside. He said, yeah, some black dudes might come up to you and like talk and chill or whatever, but he's like, it's race. Like you're clicked up by race.
Yeah.
And he said that's not going to change. So he's like, if you're a white guy who is married to a black woman or mixed kids or whatever, especially a white guy, like you have to be white and white. Like there should be no mixing of kids at all. It's white and white.
Yeah.
But I
He's
think
like,
that also
you
depends on
can't
the
get into
prison.
Aryan Nation.
Well, yeah, if there is, there's prison gangs, but if
That's what
they're-
they are.
If they're not in there, like
They're everywhere. Too.
But there was that one documentary that I saw on Netflix where they did the thing where they took the guards out and they didn't have any.
Yeah, but that was a jail.
Yeah.
That wasn't prison. That was a jail.
I thought it was
Yeah.
prison.
Jail and
Jail's
prison.
not like
I thought it was
Jail
prison.
and prison are
Jail, like you
completely
might have
different.
gang issues, but most of the time they're not going to fight in jail
they're not,
because, like,
it's not that long.
their sins
Well, I
is
know
having.
jail's not that
Well,
long. I
like if
thought it
you're
was
waiting
prison.
for a prison sentence and you fight, now you're getting that fight added to your.
Yeah.
So you're going to court for whatever you were arrested for on top of the fight in prison, which is on automatic. Like you could get a year for that automatically. So like, jail wasn't awful, but like I'm talking prison.
So basically, it's like you could be cool with black people, like black guys, like, you know, on just any random day. But whenever it comes down to like throwing hands and shit,
You know what it
they're
is.
not.
Yeah,
They're not,
'cause,
fuck,
like,
they're not fucking with
You might be like, because I saw videos where like the guys like, you know, Sally was black, so he's like, we got along. He's like, you know, we play cars or ball together. He's like, you know, there are like you interact with some. He said some want nothing to do with you. He said, you know, some races fuck with you. Like I was cool with this MS-13 guy. He's like, but when the time comes down to it, if your race is beefing with that race,
Yeah.
there's no talking. You're stabbing or getting stabbed. So like, because he was saying, because that's what the Ian guy was like. He's like, federal's a lot, I guess, a little more laid back where he was. He's like, I was in a pretty hard federal prison, but he's like, he didn't really have a lot of those gang issues. He's like, you know, it's pretty much like bunked up with people. And that guy's like, state pens, or he said that shit's not going to change. He's like,
Yeah, state pens are.
he's like, and he said, if you're there for the haul, he's like, if you got a couple year sentence or something, stay in the shadows, try to do your time, get out. He said, but if you're there for, you know, 5, 10 plus years, he's like, you got to get joined up. And he's like, most of those white gangs are not taking you unless you're white power all the way
See,
out.
here's the thing. At some point, they're going to get outmatched because
I don't know.
Well, here's the thing though, because if you're part black, right, and this is kind of just the way the world is, it doesn't matter whether you're an eighth black, quarter black. If you even look part black, you're just considered black. You're not even a little bit. You're only white if you're 100%
Yeah.
pure white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to think though, like, they're not. I don't think that
Would you
I'd
hear
say
him?
with the
go
Aryan
through
nations
the
and
bag?
stuff will ever end, because that's like a pride thing, family
I
to
don't know,
family
dude.
to family. But like, you got to think too, a lot of like your biker gangs are white only people, so like
Mhm.
they're not going anywhere. Most of them will usually go like Aryan Nation or something when they go in, I think. But I don't know. I mean, that's something you think about, because like when I was doing some dumb shit and like risking getting locked up for some stuff, I was like starting to think like, I act pretty tough on the outside. Like I'll fight people. I don't give a fuck. I'm not afraid. But that's a whole different story. I think I would freeze the fuck up in there.
Oh, I 100%.
Not for being locked up, but for
I'm
like.
not built. Could you imagine him being in prison? I'm not.
He'd have to be
I'm for
federal.
sure not built for prison.
Like, cause like I'm like, and that's the other problem is like when you walk in, like I know I'm not 6'5", 6'6", but like I'm a bigger built guy. So like when I walk in, people are already going to try to test me.
Wow.
And then it's going to be like, fuck, I'm fighting my first day.
You remind me of like Tim Robbins from Shawshank Redemption, like how you would be in prison. Not as time went on. Like at first, when he kept getting his fucking ass beat and getting bitched.
So he wasn't just getting a beat; he was getting his ass raped.
Oh yeah.
Problem is, most of the white guys, like that video, like a lot of the prison videos I've seen, like most of the white guys are addicts, and like they get fucked with because they're just fucking goofy addicts. So it's like, we just look dumb in prison.
So I did have another video, and we were talking about it the other day. Katt Williams.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually got a little bit of a chub. I was like,
well, it wasn't just him, man. It was the crowd. The crowd.
I thought he was fucking
nuts.
with that guy at first until I saw his
And
face after like
and then
a minute.
he mugged him.
Yeah. So
I was talking about this at work yesterday because I was like, I meant to find that video for him. He went the fuck off.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah,
I want to know what started because it doesn't show where it written it. It just shows him.
Well, and then the Mexican guy stood up and was like, "Do you know where you are?" And he said, "Do you know where you are?"
But then the problem is, Mexican guy sits back down with his girl, and then like they're smiling, like he's kind of smiling at Katt. So I don't know if like that's when I was kind of like
smiling, like, "Damn, you got me."
But then I don't know. But then he stood right back up and started screaming again. So I was like, I don't know if they were kind of fucking around with each other or like the Mexican guy like thought they were goofing and Katt Williams got.
He definitely got dead serious.
Oh yeah, he got pissed.
Because I'm saying, you think I'm just in Mexico and I'm defending America? Because are you Mexican? Do you know where Mexico is?
I showed this to Ashley and Caleb for the first time last night.
Mexico.
They loved it.
It used to be Mexico, motherfucker.
And they started dancing on him.
Leave here and go to Mexico, motherfucker.
He starts singing the anthem, dude. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Stop touching shit, man.
I didn't touch anything. I wasn't sure how long it was.
I wonder who the fuck are those people sitting?
Yeah, those are his bitches.
I would say it's Katt Williams. It's probably just some hot chicks he brought up out of the audience.
You know where you at, nigga. USA! 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 I don't give a fuck!
Now, what was his name in Friday After Next? It was like Mike or
Motherfuckers think they can live in this country and then still be allegiance to another fucking country. If you love another country more than you love America, motherfucker, then get to step into that bitch.
This is like he said what a lot of people are just thinking right now.
You love Mexico, bitch! Get the fuck over there!
But I love that. Like dancing.
This guy heckling him probably was born in the fucking United States.
Right. Those people in LA that are burning the American flags and carrying around the Mexican flags, like. But he was like, yeah, it used to be Mexico, but not anymore. It's like, get better at war. That's what he said. But it's like, you're in this country, you hate America so much, and you love Mexico.
Yeah, this is where I was like, he might be being for real. I think this dude kind of thought he was fucking around for a second.
And then the crowd.
See, like, he's laughing.
He's got a smile. He might have been joking at first, but he triggered the shit out of Katt Williams.
Yeah.
Because Katt Williams at that point is not joking.
No.
Fuck no.
Fuck is that? I didn't see this part. What the hell is he carrying?
I don't know what it ever was, but Statue of Liberty or something? I can't see it. I've never been able to figure it. It's a rooster?
Is that a big black cock? That looks like a big black cup.
My family did for this country, bitch. You ain't did shit, nigga. Fuck, we were slaves, bitch. Y'all just work like that at the landscapers,
You don't work like that as landscape.
I already respected Katt way so much, especially for all the stuff he said on Shannon Sharp's podcast last year.
Mhm.
And then he starts this year off with a bang, but my man stood 10 toes down for the USA.
I like always been hit or miss with Katt because like he's always been kind of that like crackhead kind of uncle.
A
like-
little bit.
I started to like him again when he went on the Shannon Sharp, and then when I saw him on white dude mullet comedian
Theo Vaughn.
Theo
that was
Vaughn,
good.
like when they were going back and forth, and like
that
he
was
kind of
shit.
made Theo Vaughn kind of made Katt Williams kind of lose character for a second.
Yeah.
He started being like you
Yeah.
can see because you don't really see
Yeah.
Katt like kind of like freaking like that.
Well, that like Katt was like he was doing his little like he was very cocky at the beginning of the podcast and like very like because Theo Vaughn was like, I'm in the presence of a legend. He's like, well, I won't after this is over, it won't be, you won't think anything less than that. And I was like, damn, all right, Katt, a
That's
little
him.
cocky.
Because like Shannon Sharp even came out and said like people always put down Katt Williams because I guess like his abusive stuff in the past, but he's like people put him down like he's just some dumb kid. He's like he's a
wasn't-
fucking genius.
Yeah,
and
Katt
he
Williams is
wasn't
funny as
in
hell.
that clique, like with the Kings of Comedy.
Well, that like, and he's very intelligent. Like they said, like
Oh, yeah.
super intelligent.
Oh, absolutely. You can tell. He was on Joe Rogan not that long ago.
He
You
even
can tell.
said that whenever he was a kid and like grown up, all he did was read all the time.
Katt Williams.
Yeah, no, he was good. And I think the whole thing with Theo Vaughn kind of worked out because not that long ago, Theo Vaughn was on there with what's his face, Drewski.
Yeah.
So I don't know how
yeah.
he found a black Christmas Katt Williams.
Yeah.
And it was just a black
and that's
nutcracker.
what present Theo Vaughn. Because like that's what I was just talking to Alexis about it. Because I was like, the problem with Theo Vaughn is you never know when he's just plain dumb
Yeah.
or if he's fucking dumb. Like,
Some of the shit
you don't
he
know
says-
because like on Joe Rogan he sounds smart because
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's had him on a lot.
Yeah.
So sometimes he sounds brilliant, and then he's like, sometimes you hear something he says, like there's
I
something
think-
about the wind, and you're
I
like,
think it's the drugs because he did a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
Speaking of cocaine, did you see what the Colombian president came out and said? I just saw this today. The Colombian president came out and said cocaine is not worse than whiskey. It's not worse than he said what they're
beg to differ.
what United States is getting in is fentanyl and it's killing people. He said the cocaine isn't killing people.
But
He said cocaine is just
Cocaine.
illegal because it comes from Latin America.
no,
He said it's not worse than alcohol.
he's a fucking idiot. Cocaine is highly addictive
I've never
Very-
taken it.
and very bad.
He was saying that you can take it pretty much on a daily basis
you
and
can.
not
Yeah,
have
some people.
the
Yeah,
same
you
effects.
can,
Because
but
I've also
no, that's
seen,
also a lie. You know what cocaine? Because I need to get a CAT scan or not a CAT scan, like a head scan.
Mhm.
Because I didn't learn this till later on. You know, cocaine puts holes in your fucking brain.
Well, yeah,
right?
but I've also seen the effects.
and it doesn't
of
come like it doesn't come back.
I've also seen what the effects of alcohol can do.
But I get that. But like, cocaine's not going to kill you the same way alcohol is. But like,
Well, yeah,
I can also see, like right now, I used to have a really good memory. I'm 30. I should still have a pretty good memory. But
yeah,
as the time got on with doing that, I've noticed like I can't remember shit, and like that's when I started like looking stuff up, and they said like
Yeah.
cocaine it fucks with your head
Oh,
big time.
absolutely.
that's why I'm glad I hardly ever drink anymore because, like, just from the time whenever I would have a beer, every day, or like on the weekends, I would drink, and I haven't drank to get drunk. Your wedding,
Yeah.
it was like occasions, but like at home, I haven't drank to get drunk in
I haven't done that in
10 years probably. And like just drinking enough to get buzzed and then going to sleep, like sleeping is what was the worst because I would wake up in the middle of the night and I had acid reflux. Now that I stopped drinking, I don't have acid reflux
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't really have any
I
issues.
mean, like smoking, obviously, it
Yeah.
kills you. It does stuff to you that like you don't realize till you stop smoking.
Yeah.
Drinking, obviously. I mean, you guys experience it. I've my damn dad went through the same shit. It isn't what ultimately killed him, but it pretty much put him in the ground early.
Yeah.
But like, I'm telling you, like, because people always say, "Oh, cocaine's a party drug, dude." Like, that's a fucking party. But like, they don't understand because like when I was talking about it at work, it's crazy because we just were kind of talking about it Sunday night. Because like I'm open about it. Like I'll tell anybody. I'll tell my supervisor. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell anybody what I did. Like I'm not ashamed of it. But like, she was like, "Well, what all were you like addicted to?" And I said like, Coke was my main source. I said, now I did do a lot of pills as well. But I said, like, Coke was my favorite one. And then that's when people were like, well, dude, that's not like you weren't really a drug addict. And like Coke, I said, just because Coke's a party drug doesn't make it
why
not
do people
a bad
downplay
drug.
Coke so
because,
bad?
like, I guess when you look at, like, heroin and stuff, it's not heroin. Which I said, it's not. I said, it's not the same high. But I said, the first time you do Coke, the first time or two, you're going to get hooked to where, like, you're not saying you're hooked because there's not really any side effects. Like, like you stay up for days or something like that. But I said, there's not really any side effects because I could do it every day, multiple times a day. And other than burning a hole in my pocket, you don't feel bad. You're just high as fuck. You're just on the go. I said, to compare to when I would, like, take perks or Xanax and Klonopins and all that, I said, that kind of had like a weird effect on me, but I loved it. But
so basically, it's like that feeling whenever you first started taking Adderall. It's like that.
No, I know that.
Times like 5.
And
actually, cocaine's different because it blocks the reuptake inhibitors. It's different than Adderall.
It definitely makes you make terrible decisions.
Yeah,
because I did a lot of research because shout out Bill. Because with mom's ex, he got hooked on coke when he came back because he was blown up, so his fucking head was fucked up. So like me and him kind of talked with a lot of it because like he was pretty much saying like when you have like mental health stuff like bipolar and all that, like you're missing like the reactors in your brain, certain things. The same with him because when he got blown up, like his head was fucked up. So like coke pretty much puts that together, and you think it's fucking doing good for you. In reality, it's just making it was making my bipolar worse at a younger age. So that's why I would fight and immediately get depressed, want to kill myself. Fight to be fucking spending. I had $300 in the bank account. I'm spending $500 on something. Spending thousands of dollars on coke in a month. So like,
Jesus,
it was bad. That's what I'm saying. Like, I made good money at Webster on like for that time frame, like 2014 or whatever. Like, $12.25 an hour was fucking good money back then.
That's why I'm glad I've never had a good interaction with weed. Like,
weed's not bad.
Right,
weed's not bad. That's the only thing I've ever tried.
For me, though, like I never wanted that to turn into anything else. There's only been like
that's not a gateway.
Either two. Well, I know it's not a gateway.
People try to say it is. You choose to do something else.
It was only
not a gateway.
2 or 3 times when I didn't have a bad interaction. And one time was remember when I was hanging out with it was people from Wendy's, and we stayed. I don't want to say any names, but we stayed in the Holiday Inn the one night, and
you fucked a tranny.
Probably.
I might have that night because I got really drunk that night. But then they end up getting someone to bring some weed up to the room, and I tried it that night. Didn't really have any bad reactions other than I was laying on the floor calling my ex and asking if she wanted to hang out that night. But other than that, I did it like 1 or 2 other times, didn't have any bad reactions, but every other time, my heart fucking raced, and the gummy. I mean, that was the last. Never do it again.
I never dealt with any of that.
That's what made me mad. And I mean, you guys probably remember them too, because I'm sure like they did them back when you were still on the floor, like there's drug classes and shit. That's what made me mad because they're teaching kids. Because like at one point, I think I even said, I'm not gonna throw names out because like they still, well, one still works there, but I was like, let me teach the fucking drug. Like, you guys haven't done shit. Let me teach this shit. Because, like, you're teaching kids that, like, don't smoke weed is bad. Like, which I agree, like, you probably shouldn't do it until at least, like, your 20s.
But someone who's been
through it and not all day, every day.
But, like, you're teaching these kids that you smoke weed one time, you're going to go down to
your
doing heroin at some point. And it's like, that's not, I said, weed's not a, because me and the one counselor got into it because I was like, weed's not a gateway drug.
It really is.
I said, I'm telling you, the gateway drug is when you start doing your pills, like your perks and stuff, which a lot of the kids do because they see it in videos. They're like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
or like cocaine, because cocaine, it got to a point where like I got so used to coke, I was doing so much of it, and then when that's numbing my brain and not making me think properly, I started realizing like I don't even feel high anymore, even though I was probably high as fuck.
Yeah,
But like I almost went to heroin at that point because I was like, I need to feel something.
You're
again.
always going to want something more.
Yeah. And that's when I started realizing like, and I'm one of the probably the lucky few that like somehow I can just quit shit cold turkey. And like I mean I got sick and stuff, but like it wasn't bad. Like I was able to just stop. I got sick for, a couple days. I relapsed a lot on it because I wasn't getting the help I probably should have to go talk to people and help not stay on it.
Yeah.
But at that time I didn't want to also go to my parents because like I lived on my own for most of my, after I graduated high school at 18, I lived on my own for most of my life. Not all, like I would come back and forth because,
Oh, 6
funny,
months you lived
that's-
with me. So.
yeah, but I was sober at that point. But like, that's one thing you don't want to tell your mom and dad, especially with the background my dad had. Then, you just don't want to disappoint your parents at all. So like, I don't want to be like, hey, by the way, like, I'm a cokehead. But it's crazy because like my mom never really knew. I think she had an idea of something, but it's like she was a drug counselor, like not a drug counselor, but like she's dealt with clients like this and people like this. So like I was able to hide it from her, and then finally,
I think she deep down she probably knew, but
she knew something.
Her boy,
because like they knew I smoked weed and stuff, but I think deep down like they knew something. But it was like one of those like they did great too at like not over coddling. So like they pretty much said we taught you right from wrong. You're going to make your decisions. We're not going to step like it's your life. Make your decisions, and whatever decisions you make, you got to live with.
Yeah,
facts.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I hate when people say that because like right now I'll go smoke weed every day if I could. Because it's also one of those things when people say they quit and they get fucking like withdrawals. I'm like, no, you don't. That's just your fucking head saying that. You don't get a withdrawal from weed.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying an edible. Like just a small little piece. I don't know if I could ever smoke it because I can't really stand the smell of it anymore. Because last time I smoked,
go visit my sister-in-law and get a gummy. Just cut it in like
don't
quarters.
Do gummies. You're going to want to smoke weed.
Cut it in quarters.
Gummies.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not going to. I'm just saying. I wouldn't mind.
I want to share your first time ever smoking weed. What happened? The night at your friend's camp.
I got sick. Yeah, I got sick.
I basically
decided
his first time.
It wasn't from the weed. That was from
smoking.
alcohol poison. I drank too much.
He drank too much and then decided to smoke weed and got fucking sick everywhere.
I was young and dumb.
Well, no, I always did better drinking than smoking.
But it was my first time really
drinking. Believe it or not, he's
too.
actually smoked way more than I have.
Yeah, I've smoked.
I mean,
a lot longer than he
I don't
did.
know. Also, there are things these days that the weed doesn't smell like weed no more. Like you can get them pens that like they don't really stink like
I
weed.
wish.
Yeah, because it's the smell that does it. If I could try it,
Go to the big cities
something
because
that
you just
wasn't.
smell skunk.
Well, that's because
everywhere.
people are just lighting blunts up and shit. But like them pens, because when I was at DJS, I would smoke them pens because I'll go out to the parking lot, take a hit, and come back in.
Yeah. So I wanted to do one more thing before we left today. Right?
Oh, a game?
No, it's not a game. It's just more of a hypothetical. If you could switch lives with any fictional character from movies, TV, video game, whatever, who would it be and why?
I'm say I thought we could do real life because
yeah. No, I like this.
Fictional. I'd rather not be a fictional person.
No, I like this. It definitely has to be somebody successful. I don't want it to be somebody who like did something great and then died doing that something great. Because then it's like I don't know though. I would want to.
I think I know what his is going to be.
I want to leave behind a legacy that's like very powerful. You know.
I feel like I know it.
I'm gonna take Tommy Egan, baby.
Who?
Tommy Egan from one of the Power shows. White guy.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
No, you guys aren't going to. Over your fucking.
Who do you think I'm gonna put? Batman?
Yeah, no, I really thought you were gonna do Batman / Bruce Wayne.
Because that's a very painful life to have. You watch your parents get murdered in an alley, and then no, I couldn't handle League of Assassins. I'm not that kind of guy. So,
Superman.
Ooh, Superman.
No, not me for him. I'm taking Tommy Egan. I'm a drug kingpin.
No, this is what. Hear me out. What have I always said in the past? Tall people are more successful, get more bitches. Switch me with Jim from The Office.
Okay.
He's tall. He's very handsome. He's successful.
Pam's hot.
Pam is hot.
He's a MILF.
And if you don't go for Pam, I'm sure you could get someone else.
True. Yeah, he had that. What was Karen Filippelli?
Oh yeah.
Season 3.
Well, and in real life, John Krasinski pulled Emily Blunt. So
That's true. It's very true.
I'm just saying. You mean I'll take Jim from The Office?
All right.
I mean, that probably wasn't the best choice I could come up with, but I didn't want to take too long.
That's true. So I mean, I was thinking like,
oh god, he's gonna have like 10 fucking lists.
well,
You get one.
I was just these were like,
I picked the best
one.
man, I wish y'all would let me fucking talk. These were like
We know
hypotheticals for y'all to pick from, like Peter Griffin, Ricky Bobby, Kool-Aid guy.
All right, so you're a bitch.
So you pretty much use us, and then you're going to use stuff because I'm sure you had Peter Griffin for me. I'm sure the Kool-Aid guy was for me.
So this whole hypothetical thing was just to make fun of us, right?
Oh,
that's what it was.
Peter Griffin, Lois is fucking hot. You wouldn't fuck Lois?
Okay, Lois is hot. It's just her voice.
Ricky Bobby?
You got nice.
But I thought, wait, was I Ricky Bobby or was
Well,
Marie
you
Ricky
kind of
Bobby?
do look like Ricky Bobby.
I had Michael Scott on here.
See, I don't want to be Michael Scott.
Michael Gary Scott. SpongeBob. What about Bugs Bunny?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Why?
No, I used to like when I really got into video games, I would
fuck
fantasize.
Why'd I get all the fat people? He's just as fat now.
I didn't assign characters to anybody. You
No, because you looked at me, you made a look this way when you said Peter Griffin and the Kool-Aid Man and shit. And I know, damn, because you fucking peeked at me, Tim. That's fucked up because your brother's just as chubby now. And I like that I still get all the fat people.
All right, Billy Madison.
I'm actually losing weight.
Oh, yeah, I bet you are.
No, I am because the past 2 weeks I've had to get on the scale, and I was at 300 pounds. I'm now back down to 291.
I bet you are.
He ate this whole bag.
I
There's
am.
320 calories in this entire bag.
That's okay because I don't have.
Oh, Ellie had one, so it's going to be 328 calories.
That's true.
Well, 319
Um,
doesn't go up.
For me, I used to when I was younger, when I'd really get in video games, I'd be like, oh, it'd be cool to like to live in the life of like the characters.
Let me ask you a question. Do you still have any of from when we were kids? Do you still have any of your Strider stories?
I might have some drawings.
This kid,
tucked
no,
away
like
somewhere.
he has always called himself. Well, he came up with this character that he was supposed to be named Strider,
Straight here.
and Strider somehow teamed up with the X-Men at some point.
That's badass.
So you were running comics for yourself?
Mhm.
I mean, that's kind of cool, though.
Exactly. See,
I'm not going to
Well,
match
no,
it because
see,
I tried to write a
There
short
was
story
never
when I
a
was a kid.
visual for it. I never knew what Strider was supposed to look like.
Yes, you did. You're a fucking liar. I have many pictures.
I had no idea.
But you never looked.
Right
Because
then, do you remember the comic book character that I
he was
used
a
to draw?
knight.
I've never seen it. Do you remember the comic book character that I drew? I actually stole it, kind of. Remember Star Fox? I
Mhm.
made Xbox, and then I drew him.
I don't remember that.
You don't
That
remember?
was
I
so
used to
not
draw him
original,
in-
dude.
I used to
I'm
draw him in
actually going to
school.
like. I usually side with you because Tim's kind of a douchebag.
Right, but he also
Dang.
stole
Like,
the,
not
he
like
also
that, but
stole
like-
the Strider name.
But no, I didn't.
But I'm gonna say this.
I did not steal
I'm gonna say
Strider.
this. Tim's idea was probably a little more original than.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you literally
it
just
really
changed
was.
one letter.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Like, I never wanted it to go
I
anywhere.
think everybody like I try to write short stories as a kid.
I used to write all the time when I was little. So yeah, I had a whole story. He had a whole team of people that he worked with. I mean, so it was kind of like the X-Men, but they weren't. None of the characters.
Strider,
resembled the
1989 arcade game.
X-Men. Okay, yes, there was an arcade game, but I never played that game. I know nothing about that game. Strider's also the name of Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings series, but I didn't read that until I was a teenager.
Weird.
I made up this character when I was 10
I know.
So
Well,
why
that's-
did you end up replacing it with the I for a Y?
because I couldn't use it in a video game or my game name.
I
So
wish
then why
the
did
game
you
attack-
change Prime to a Y too?
Because it kind of went together. It was
I wish
cool
I was.
looking.
I wish I was a normal kid because while you guys are
definitely
doing
wasn't
video
fucking
game stuff,
Barney, so
while you guys were doing like making up like
Army.
like
Barney.
superhero
That was
characters.
recent.
My first story I wrote, which my grandma actually really loved, like she got me into like a writing class, like in elementary school.
yeah.
Because like I wrote a story about a kid who became an orphan. Because his house caught on fire and his parents died, and he was the only one to escape. And like my grandma actually read it, and she's like, "This is actually like really good." And then tried to give me like writing classes, and I was like, "This is gay." It's like I realized like the kids I was with, I was like, "This is fucking gay." I'm gonna be such a loser. So like, if I
But you
actually
enjoyed it.
if I actually would have like believed in my grandma, like how she believed in me, and I would have just went with it, I could
been
be an
writing.
author right now.
You could be a totally
I'm
different
gonna start
person.
writing again. I won't.
You should.
On my stream, I'm gonna start typing stories.
Just
I do
please-
enjoy writing.
Please
fun to
don't
make stories.
create the porno video made for
No,
kids.
I like writing stories, but I let my grammar go so bad. I'm definitely gonna have to do like
Grammarly.
the word shit.
Well, grammar, you need spell check
All
because
right,
internet is
if I
pissing me
write
off.
if I write a short story in a few months, we should let me read it on stream.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast.
Yeah.
It'd be like an episode.
100%.
Okay.
I'm down.
It was funny.
And then we will create fan fiction from your story.
Okay.
It's funny. It reminded me whenever I first started with DJS, there was a kid I was working with who wrote a story and wanted me to read it. Like, and I'm like trying to be a good staff. I'm like, oh yeah, let me check it out. He wrote a fucking porn, and I'm sitting there, and I'm trying not to be judgmental, and I'm reading this, and he's like getting detail, like, you know. And so she went down, she sucked his dick, and she loved
the
it.
girls on TikTok would love this right now. They're
Yeah, but I
smut
mean,
books.
he was like really getting into it. I'm sitting there like, first off, I'm like, phew.
What?
No, it
Wait,
was it was like adults.
Oh.
It wasn't kids, but he wrote it, and I get.
Oh, I
through
thought
it.
you said the kids were reading this.
No,
No,
the kid. This kid wrote it
Oh.
and said, "Yeah, I wrote a story. Do you want
Yeah.
to read it?"
But you were getting hot because a kid was reading a sex story.
No,
No,
he was
I
reading it.
I was
Oh, I
reading
thought
it
the kid
myself.
was
He
reading it
handed
to
it
you.
to me.
Oh,
He's like,
okay,
"Hey, read this."
okay.
I'm sitting there. They're all watching TV. It was like 5 pages, and I'm like, I couldn't just sit there and read it. So I'm like skimming it, but I'm like, fucking eating her pussy. Oh, he fucked her in the ass. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, smut book, dude.
And it was actually pretty good, but I didn't like. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I was really good. Like, yeah, I really liked it. It was very
That's
visual. Very.
probably not the reaction
Yeah.
he wanted. He was.
I don't know what the fuck he wanted,
You
but
should have been like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go beat my dick later to that."
Or you should have said
I was still relatively new. And you figure this was like, wow, there's a lot of
Yeah.
different kids that we
they probably got you
worked
with the trick, dude.
maybe.
They probably
what I'm
like,
thinking.
they probably that new staff gets a boner to fucking words. What a fucking queer.
We might have.
I don't know, dude. Some of those stories that they brought in for the kids at Greenridge, like those smaller
Yeah.
short books, like I don't think that whoever brought them in realized what they were bringing in because some of them had
Poor idiots.
a bit of like,
Hey,
yeah,
can anybody get a story like published? Like if I write a book and I try to get it published,
yeah.
like,
You
and
just
it
have to get a hold of a publisher, but
and they like
I mean,
read it and
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd
you
want to
need
get like an editor and stuff.
Yeah, you definitely need an editor.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely, you can get self published.
And then, but usually, like, you would probably want to get a manager, and then your manager would probably take care of all that for you.
listen. In a couple months, if it goes well,
Well,
and you guys are like,
If
"Damn,
you
that's a good
create
fucking story."
whole fucking like, are you
I'm
talking about like a
it doesn't
whole
have to
I'm
be a
not going
book,
to
it
do
can
like a
be
whole
a
45
short-
page.
like a
Like,
short
I'm
story.
going to make it shorter for the podcast.
Okay.
But if you guys are like in a couple pages, not a couple pages, but like I'm going to go, anywhere from like 10 to 20 range
Okay.
because you got to have some sort of story.
Yeah.
If you guys are like kind of like, damn, that's actually pretty good. Maybe I found a calling. Fuck streaming.
I never did finish. I was always my plan was to write my book, and I mean, I have the story. I just never really was able to get down and sit down.
It's like I have a lot of knowledge on like stuff I could write, like just stuff I've seen. Stuff
Well, that's
I've
what they
done,
say. They
on
say-
top of other stuff.
They say write what you know because
Yeah.
that's the easiest thing to pull
I actually
from.
found just recently, last week, one of my very good friends from high school, and haven't talked to him since high school, and he's now an author. He's written 11. He writes a lot of like fantasy type stuff.
I like fantasy.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's written 11 books published, and he's a woodworker, so he's doing very well. And I was like, cool. That's cool to see. He was.
Yeah,
I was kind
bro.
of sad to
Just
like lose
imagine.
touch with him, but I'm
I
glad
could
he's.
sit at home and just write fucking books for my life.
Yeah, but you gotta make sure they
You gotta
sell.
read
Trust
first.
me, I'm a very
Yeah, you-
imagine me at a book
Time out.
signing.
Imagine
when you see me
You
at a
don't
book signing,
even
like, look,
fucking
give me your
read.
glasses. Give me your glasses. Most of the time, when you're at a book signing, this is like the stuff you see from people. You're like, yeah, yeah, I really love. And then imagine me. This is what you see at a book signing, right? I'm over here, just picture a white beater on, but I'm over here like this, just tribal tattoos, and they're like,
And he
there's
made,
no
he made like a fantasy book or
There's
something.
no way
Isn't that
this
right?
fucking guy made this book. Look at this fat fucking troubled up bitch. Ain't
So
no
what
way.
type of book are you thinking? Like, what,
I don't know.
what
I might-
genre?
You could go a lot of
I
different
think
directions.
you would do really well with like a crime thriller.
Like crimes, like I'm good with like I guess like the fiction because like the kid with like burning the house and like playing
Mhm.
through his life, he's looking back and stuff, or like just stuff like that. I'll probably be good at all that,
The
honestly.
coke addicted orphan.
Yeah, like I mean, I'll probably be good at a lot of stuff like that,
Mhm.
or like I wrote a short story. Like I don't know, kind of weird because you guys are like way out of your.
Well, here's the thing.
In my belly though, I am kind of buff.
In order for you
Yes,
to
you are,
write a
Frank.
book, I think you should read one first, like the one
I don't
that
need to
Tim,
read
like
one.
the one that Tim got you.
I play with you guys, but like I read a lot of books as a kid.
Why don't you read the one I got you?
I'm not reading stuff anymore unless
want-
I write it now. Anyway,
Okay, so are you gonna read your own book?
oh fuck yeah,
Probably
and I'm gonna jerk off to me being a successful author. No, I did because like for senior English you had to like to pass the class at the end of the year, you had to write like a 20-page fucking story.
Yeah.
I did one as a firefighter at 9/11, so like I played the role as a firefighter at 9/11 and like did all this stuff. Like my teacher was like actually like she was hard on not hard, but like she was like a mother figure. Like she definitely pushed me to be better. And she's like pulled me aside after class. I'm like, oh great, I failed. And she was like, you got the highest grade in the school for this. She's like, just so you know,
I was in high school.
yeah, she's like, just so you know, like I actually teared up.
So wait, why didn't she want to announce that in front of the whole class?
Because like
shit.
she knew like I was at like
I don't know,
I
but for
played
someone
dumb.
like you,
I
like
played dumb a
that would
lot.
have felt really good.
But like no, because I think I would have been embarrassed because like I played dumb a lot, so people always like
it kind
underestimate
of seems like she
what I
didn't
do.
want to tell the whole class that.
No, 'cause it
you
was like- it
had
was
the
like-
highest.
I mean, like I told other people, but like no, she knew how I was. Like
Oh,
I was that class clown. Like I was so I played dumb a lot with shit, but like
that would have
I
made
have
me,
pretty good intelligence.
That would have
on
made
certain
me
things.
feel really good.
My grammar makes me sound dumb. I know that, but like
Yes, it
I
does.
do-
A lot
I
of
know a
people
lot.
do that though.
I have so many screenshots of text messages from
that's on my fucking thumbs.
All right.
internet. All right.
Oh yeah, that's true. I never know how to spell
So
it.
I guess we're heading out. No.
The fuck are we doing? Are we praying?
I don't know where he's-
Trump. We were going to pray to Trump.
Okay, dude.
Pray for, so that
No.
he doesn't get
He's
assassinated.
oh my god, I'm not praying to him. That's
I'm
a
not
little too
praying.
far.
I'm praying
I
that he
hope
doesn't
Linda
get
sees this far in
I'm
this
not
video.
praying to him. I'm praying that he doesn't get assassinated.
He's not God, Danny.
I did.
Yeah, he's not
say
our
one.
dude. That's a little too far.
Oh well.
Trump's
You
gonna
pray
start,
to pizza.
Donald
so,
Trump
I mean,
is going to
no,
start
I
his own
don't.
religion.
Pray to Hartley's.
All right. We love you guys.
See you next week.
Peace.
Deuces.
Maybe. Oh.